You're live. It says. Okay. I'm not sure I'm live yet. The clock. Oh, yeah. Nope. There you go. The clock is ticking 9. It's gone 9 to 15, 16, 17. Nope. And then it's frozen. Shit. 18 seconds. Oh, I tell you, I think I'm live right now because sometimes it warns me. Sometimes it warns me that we're going live. Although, oh, hello, we got somebody in the house. Now, excuse me, everybody. Normally, I would do a little video saying I'm going to go live in like half an hour. So stand by. But I thought, well, the thing is, I've been drinking. I'm drinking a lot of vodka today. The thing is, you see this. This was a full bottle when I started. So I mean, it's been about that much I've drunk. And I thought, as I'm sort of standing here, drunk, I thought, perfect time to go live. So I mean, normally, imagine what I'm normally like without a, because I don't like to filter myself too much. Then I thought I'd give it a go. It's been several weeks, or even, I don't know, a month or two, maybe. I think the last time I went live. Anybody want to go in the comments section? You have a quick shout out and let me know who's in the house. Last time I went live was when I did the story about when I went to McDonald's and the kid in McDonald's threatened to call the police on me. That was a couple of months ago. What's it now? January? Yeah, it'd be a couple of months. It's been a bunch of stuff happening since then. For the good and the and the bad. Sort of like who's this? Okay. Mystic Genie. Shout out, please, Mr. Remark. Mr. Remark. Oh. There was a place where I used to work at where they used to call me Marks, because they knew I had a channel, Marks, Remarks. I don't know whether they thought my first name was Marks instead of Mark, but they used to call me that, Marks. Hey, Marks, always. Anyway, Mr. Remark. That's from Mr. Genie. Hello to you. Another regular. I recognize a lot of names that come up. That's one of the regular correspondents. Anyway, yeah, tonight, if anybody's interested, I'm drinking the usual lowest brand, shop brand vodka. I tell you, I can't believe how much I've drunk though, because you can see if I turn it that way, you can see the level. It's up to about there when it's opened, and I opened that up. Must be, Christ Almighty, less than an hour ago. So drunk. Jesus Christ, I don't know. If you used to go into a pub, that might be a dozen shots, but I don't know. Vodka doesn't really sort of hit me that much. Well, it does, but I mean, it's not like I can drink 6 shots and be on the floor. I can drink 6 shots and be sort of feeling it. Mystic Genie, right? You have to excuse me because I haven't got my. I don't usually wear my glasses around the house. Plus, with the 10 shots of vodka I've just had, I'm going to try and read the comments. Mystic Genie, is this a 2K sub celebration or anything else planned? Well, actually, what's it? I got what? One of the things that may sound strange, but I actually do know how many subs I got. It's 1,987. May sound strange, but I actually, I know down because every few days I check. What's that? That makes it 13 short of 2,000. Yeah, I might if I can think of something special, I might do a special video. Something to celebrate, because I mean I did my 100th sub video. That was when I ate those Carolina. No. Yeah, it was those Reaper peppers. Fucking hell. Those Reaper peppers, Jesus Christ! Sometimes I watch that video back because people will reply and write to it, and I'll watch the video sometimes. And Jesus, that was a rough one. That one, Carolina Reaper. Anyway, I did that for the 100. I think it was the 100th. 100? No, it was 1,000th. 1,000th subscriber. Anyway, but I've done a few others. Like 1 year anniversary, 100 sub anniversary, that kind of shit. So 2,000, bloody hell! I tell you what, though, it's been over. It's been about 3.5 years now to get almost 2,000 subs. It's been a slow build up, but it's been good, But on the upside, I mean, the thing is, on the one hand, because I joke with people when I talk about the channel, I say, listen, if you want 1 million subs, you got to be a dozy 16-year-old girl talking about nail polish fucking reviews, right? You get 1 million subs straight off, and you'd be running, But yeah, it was July 15th. You can actually check it if you type in Mark's Remarks and look at my page. July 15th, year of our Lord 2017, which by my math is 3.5 years. So it's been a slow build. But I tell you, I mean, I'm going to be talking a bit wild here because I really am drunk. While on the one hand, sometimes I think, oh shit, 3.5 years is 2,000. I should be getting more than that. But the loyalty I've had from the subscribers, I mean, look at this. I mean, even on the messages here, I mean, like Mystic Genie, Paulish mercenary, Prisoner 819. I've seen that name before. Seaweed Reacts. Oh, sorry, I'll get to your comments hopefully, in a moment. But and there's been a lot of the loyal fan base. Even when I tried to thin out the herd of the people that I don't want to watch the channel, when I did the old blackface routine, that during Halloween season. That was good because I lost a lot of subs that are doing that, but it was good because I got to get rid of all the people that I don't want, because I'm me, I try not to, what do you call that? Like sugarcoat my views, and if people don't like it, they can, they can piss off, So it was good, because the loyal fans stay and they're thinking, and the not so ones, the ones that are easily offended, they can go, which is good. So while the fan base has been sort of growing slowly, it's been quality fan base rather than quantity fan base. I don't know if that makes any sense. Polish mercenary, which is not is that supposed to be mercenary? It's not spelled correctly, but it's probably anyway. Nice to see you're live. We haven't had one for a while. Yeah, it's been a couple of months. Not since not since the hoo-ha I had in McDonald's. I tell you what, I can't go nowhere. I swear to Christ, I'm starting to go back into my local chicken shop because the guy that gave me that shit the last, in the last live stream I was talking about, I was in there and the guy was telling me to get out. I couldn't eat in the store, and I was sort of like standing there eating, and we had a big argument. I haven't seen him since, but I've been going in there a few times recently. Oh, Prisoner 819. Hi, Mark. I just sacked from my job because I wouldn't submit to the COVID tests a week. There's probably a word or two. Didn't submit to the COVID tests. Actually, every place that I've worked at, they haven't had really COVID tests as such. What they do, they have a couple of, I swear to Christ, it's a big waste of money. What they have 2, 3, 4 full-time workers. They don't have agency because they're, the fucking agency work to death, They have 2, 3, or 4 full-timers who have been there for ages. They have them standing by the by the in gate, the out gate, in the canteen, standing there, being paid fuck knows how much an hour to stand there. It's like, oh shit, face mask, distance, like this. Fucking, it's half the time is a big waste of time. Thing is, companies who, if they wanted to give a flying fuck, if bus companies want to give a shit about the customers, if supermarkets give a toss about the customers who walk in and spend their money, they would have implemented this years ago. I mean, everybody knows if you work in a warehouse, you know the filthy bastards who use the gents. Fucking hell. This is why I don't ever shake hands with people, because the filthy fuckers who, frequent the gents and this, if the buses, the supermarkets, the workplaces, everybody else, if they actually give a flying fuck about this, they would have implemented face masks, right? Everybody, say the workplace, right? Say you're in work in a factory, they could say, right, well, the thing is, especially when nowadays where you've got all the foreigners coming in, taking up all the gigs, so now the only place you get a fucking job now is on the work agency. You go in, and if you don't work, you don't earn. Okay, so there's the incentive to go in while you're ill. That's the way it is. If you don't work, you don't fucking earn. So people go in sick. I mean, I've done it. I had a cracked bone in my foot, and I went into work for 3 days before I could nearly couldn't take it anymore. But I've gone in when I've been ill, I've been sick, and I know everybody does. And then what do you do, right? You pass that or fucking illness on as 20 other people. So then they go off sick. If the companies actually cared, they would say, okay, right, listen, we're losing thousands of hours per year through sickness, because you silly motherfuckers are coming in while you're ill, right? We're losing thousands of hours. So the new rule is, they could have done this 25 years ago. The new rule is everybody wears a face mask, everybody does the hand sanitizer, spacing between everybody but no, they wait until there's the Chinese plague that comes in, and now they're forced to do it. They could have done it 25 years ago when they had the opportunity to, even as a cost prevention issue, saying that we lose so many thousand hours. How can we reduce this? Well, we'll make sure that people who've got a cold stay the fuck home. People who've got a cold don't pass it on to others, so we give them a face mask. Simple. The Chinese have worked it out. You see the Chinese or the Japs, one of the two. I don't know. You see them on the television. They're all wearing the face masks, right? When they cram in each, getting on the fucking train and all that, down the streets. I never understood why that was. I always thought it was to do with the pollution. But I was watching a program a few months back, and they said, no, it's because they're a polite society. They don't want to pass on their germs to everybody else. Well, us stupid white motherfuckers, we don't care. We just go in and sort of give it to as many people as we, who we can pass it on to, as long as we don't lose a wage check. That's how it is. So yeah, not being. I mean, where I've worked at, like whoever that was, Prisoner 819. While we didn't have tests, but everybody had to do. After a while, you get into a routine of like you walk through the gates, you do the hand sanitizer. You have to be reminded to stay further away from people. You have to be reminded to keep your distance at the queue. But then you've got your Misa, those blokes who volunteer for that fucking job. Oh God, they drive you mad. But yeah, I haven't had that so much that problem. But it's just a pain in the ass all round. I watched a video today on YouTube. I don't know when it was. It must have been sort of, I don't know when it was. It could have been anything from yesterday to a year ago. But this woman was filming on her phone. Fucking, there was two police hassling this fucking woman because she was at the seaside, at the fucking beach in England. Because her and her friend was sitting down watching, sitting down on a bench, having a hot libation. Okay, And of course, the police come up, fucking hassle them about wearing a face mask, and then she's filming them, and then she turns her attention onto these other fuckers. There's three 30 feet away, three other policemen hassling these other two fucking women. They were handcuffing them. You imagine this is England, for fuck's sake. You got the. It's like we don't have enough crime going on. Okay, we got we got enough of our own crime. We're importing fucking crime. On the ferries, on the airports, every chance we get. Yeah, welcome. Bring your crime spree over here. We're not focusing on them. No, we're focusing on 50-year-old women sitting on a fucking bench at the beach with a cup of tea. So you got 5 police officers, 3 on a couple of these women. You got 2 hassling these two other fucking women. I mean, on the one hand, I'm, at the age I am, I sometimes, discuss this. At the age I am, I'm sort of, I don't want to be fucked by fucked around with the police. They hassle me. I'll give them a fucking lip full. I've done that outside the chicken shop. I've done that. Of course, they pull the old, Section 48 of the terrorist. Fuck off. I'll give them a mouthful. I won't sort of be like, oh yes, sir, everything you say, sir. No. But on the one hand, I won't be fucked with by by the 50. Okay, but on the other hand, I want them to be doing their fucking job, and their job is not to be hassling 50-year-old women on the beach. It's to be going out and sort of arresting these Hungarian and Polish sex fucking worker travelers. These sex slave type scenarios they got going on. I don't want to hear any fucking criticism about that either. Okay, but they come over, they're bringing their criminal ways. I mean, it's like, tell me I'm wrong. Okay, I don't apologize for anything I'm saying. I'm being a bit loud because I'm a bit, I've had a few vodkas here. That isn't to say that it's the drink talking. It's me talking. It's just that I'm the volume's a bit loud because I'm a big drinker. But yeah, they should be chasing them, not the fucking citizens of the country who are sitting on the park bench throwing fucking, bread to the ducks, or the seagulls or whatever the fuck else. Anyway, yeah, I watched that day and it fucking made me mad just watching it. I mean, I don't even know when the video was. Like I say, it could be anything from today till a year ago because it's coming up on a year now. Remember last year, it was sort of February when the Chinese plague hit. It was just after Christmas, So, I mean, we're coming up on a year, But nobody mentions that. Everybody's crapping and moaning about oh shit, the lockdowns. Oh, fuck, we can't get to the pubs. Big fucking deal. We can't get to the pubs. We can't get to see our mates. We can't get to hang out. On the one hand, fucking suck it up, okay? On the other hand, it really doesn't affect your life. I mean, if you're able to go to work and go to the fucking shops, I mean, what else do you need? I mean, the shops sell everything you need. You don't need to go to pubs. You go to shop, go to co-op, and buy a lager if you're desperate for lager. There are a lot of businesses even my local shopping centre. I mean, that's been open for fuck knows how long. I mean, they're a pain in the ass. You try and get in the Superdrug, there's a queue of 25 people at the fucking door. You walk up and you think, oh shit, I don't want to fucking stand in the queue for 35 minutes. I'll fuck off somewhere else. It's a big pain, but even the Poundland. I mean, you got some guy at the front door with a clip. Well, I know he's got a clicker. He's got like a clipboard, like one in. Okay, you got one in. Okay, one leaving. Right. So all right, we can have 2 in. Jesus Christ, isn't that what the mask is for? Even though the masks don't do shit. If you're wearing a mask, surely just I don't know, but it's just messing things up. But yeah, I mean, as far as I can tell, it's not really affecting much. I mean, I don't do anything anyway. Oh, we've got an allotment. If anybody's Yeah, regular. I tell you what. If anybody's interested about the allotment, I'll tell you about it. But what I'll do, I'm gonna try and get to. I'll try and get to a bunch of. I'll do a lot of shout outs here. Okay, Mike Lloyd for gaming. Hey, Mark, on the pop early. Mark, yeah, well, yeah, you know, the thing is, it's 20 past 5 now. I'll be drinking for about an hour. Prisoner 819. So I'm glad you are on. Oh, Jesus Christ. It should be. It's just. If there's not a comma there, sometimes it's difficult. All right. 819. I'm so glad you are on, comma, to cheer me up. Or was it? I don't know. It's to cheer me up. Sorry, I don't mean to be argumentative or disrespectful. It's just that if I get that a lot when I'm reading people's comments. If there's not a comma or a full stop or a oh boy, it just makes it different. I've had this at work. You know, when we're writing messages on the whiteboard, you know, jobs that need to be done. It's like blah 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 blah. You know what I used to do was get the you know, you write it on the board with the you know, the marker pen, and then you put a line underneath it, and then the new job, the new message starts. With some people, they, you know, kids, they didn't used to do. They used to carry on where you left off. So of course you're reading through, and you think this doesn't make any fucking sense. You think, oh shit, yeah, there should be a line there because that's what. Anyway, waffling on. Anyway, thank you. 819. It says be on Seaweed Reacts. Can you do a cook off against Prince Andrew? Oh Jesus, that yeah, I watched that documentary where he was sitting there trying to explain how he wasn't fucking these 17-year-old girls 20 years ago, and how he used to bring them to these mates, you know, mansion and have these, you know, Prince Andrew, what a fucking lowlife. The thing is, I've never been a fan of the royal family ever since I was a kid. I've never seen the point of it, you know. But people, I mean, when I was a kid, right? 1977. I was 7 years old, and it was the year of the Silver Jubilee. Now we've had a silver. That was a Silver Jubilee, and then I don't know. I don't know. You even know what you know. A certain time later, you have another Jubilee. It was like I don't know what it was. Somebody remind me back in the 90s or something. You know. So the silver jubilees, you got like I don't know, bronze, silver, you know. But anyway, the silver jubilee was 1977. I was 7 years old. I was too young to know any better. Yeah, we celebrated that. You know, we celebrated Prince Charles and Diana's wedding. I don't even know. I don't know. I was right about what year was that? Anybody? I'm thinking I would have been about 10, between 10 and 12. That would have been 1980 to 82, but I don't know. But yeah, I mean, as you get older, you think, well, you know, the fuck, you know, these silly fuckers have they've won the lottery. Okay, they've won the the gene pool lottery, right? They've won that. They've been born by a certain pair of parents, and they've been born into a family of privilege. You know, so I mean, I'm not gonna fucking celebrate their birthdays. Fuck them. And Prince Andrew, the fucking low life he is. Jesus Christ, I've got, you know, no praise for that guy. Defo. I don't know. Let's see. Polish mercenaries talking to 819. I object to anyone who can. Okay, prisoner A19. I objected as anyone can, and they told me I cannot work without 2 negatives tests a week. Yeah, that must be something they brought in recently, I guess. doing the tests. But the thing is, I mean, I was under the impression that, mind you, the tests. I mean, from what I've seen on the television, it's like they jam a thing up your nose, which goes into your fucking brain cavity or your eye socket or some fucker, right up. I mean, we're talking way up there. Bit like Arnold Schwarzenegger in Total Recall, where he's jamming that fucker up his nose. That's what it looks like on the television. I'm thinking, shit, I don't want to go for that. You know, um, I don't know what's worse, the fucking Chinese plague or having a big thing jammed up your nostril into your sort of nostril cavity. Jesus. I mean, there's got to be a fucking simple way. I mean, surely shit. I mean, they can pretty much test everything with a drop of blood. From whether you got AIDS to whether you're fucking drunk. They can tell it from a drop of blood. Whether you got what do they call that? I don't know, fucking. But they can test everything with a drop of blood. Well, why can't they do that? Why can't they sort of test COVID with a drop of blood? Yeah, 819. If you can't get on board with a new system, I'll tell you. AJD. This is Polish mercenary on my other account. Two accounts. Actually, I find it difficult. I'm just find it hard enough just to run one. I tell you, it gives me a headache if I've got to keep all this stuff really simple. When it's like I had somebody come around because I got a new camera. Because my arse camera fucked up, and as a few weeks. Got a new camera. I had to write everything down step by step about how to load, videos. I need everything simple. So having two accounts for me would be a nightmare. Yeah, AJD too. He says too. He thought Chinese people wore face masks for pollution. I thought that for a long time. But apparently it's because. I mean, it could be pollution as well, but I mean, from the show that I watched, it said because apparently they are a very polite society, which is why white folks they go over and they cause all kinds of faux pas because they're not used to being so polite, I guess. But the Chinks and the Japs they wear the masks so they don't pass on, the cold and any kind of fucking lurgies that they happen to have contracted. Mike Lloyd for gaming. Yeah, should all wash your hands anyways. It's a natural thing to do. We shouldn't need a pandemic to say, wash your hands. Indeed, I tell you, I'm absolutely with you on that. There was it Mike Lloyd for gaming. Oh, I mean, the thing is, I've said all along, you spend any time in a warehouse, you see the filthiest motherfuckers running around. They'll come out of the bog. They don't even wash their hands. I mean, it's obviously it's like mate, fuck's sake, I mean, even when they go on the dinner, they take a fucking piss or they come out of the bog, no washing their hands, don't even fucking care. They'll handle other machineries. I mean, I've been where I worked in the Tesco warehouse years ago. I mean, what it was, we're picking orders. Okay, we got this, we got this machine. It's Velcro to our arm. What it does, it says, right, okay, go to shelf AJ471, pick up 2 items. Okay, brilliant, right. Then you go to there, you pick the thing, and right, next one, go to AK112, brilliant, okay. You're supposed to take these off because they're Velcroed, with it all around your arm. It's like the size of one of those, telephones. Those newfangled big telephone. Oh, shit. About the size of that. It's about sort of like, 5 inches or so. You're supposed to take them off, leave them on your truck while you go into the bog. It's simple fucking manners, right? But no, I've gone in there for a leak, right? I can hear some guy in the fucking trap. I've done it. And he's going, you can hear it beeping while he's taking a fucking crap, And I've gone out to the manager and say, listen, mate, I mean, what the fuck, right? I mean, it's not like he's a personal machine. He hands it back at the end of the shift. Some other poor fucker has got to pick it up. And there's a guy taking a fucking shit, right? And they don't care. He's like, yeah. So that's why every shift, every time I start the shift, I would go over, I'd get all those, that big tub of hand rags, with the cleaner on it. You pull them out all over the machine, all over the thing. I'd be the only guy doing it. I swear to fucking Christ. And this is before the fucking COVID. After the COVID, different warehouse. Now it's like, you're using 3 or 4 fucking rags all over your machine, all over your barcode gun, every place. It's like, but before it was like, oh yeah, fucking guy using a crapper while he's operating a machine. Yeah, it wasn't, but nobody cared. Okay, what we got here? Okay, I'll tell you, there's a mechanic. Oh boy, I can barely think straight. Oh shit. Yeah, I've been on the vodka today. So I was drank loads of it before he went live. That was the reason why I went live. So I thought, it's probably a good idea to go. Yeah, I'm drinking it with lemonade. Andy Smith, hello to you. Oh, George C. Evening, Mark. Hello to all in the chat. George C. Another regular. Always writing comments on the videos. Been around for a long time. George C. That's what I was saying earlier about the because I may not have I got almost 2,000, but it's the quality of viewers, like George C here, and a whole bunch of others that have been staying with the channel since pretty much the beginning. I may not, I may not have the hundreds and thousands of viewers, but I've got a loyal fan base, which is really good to have. Oh yeah, hope you can't hear that. I'm trying to clear my nostrils. Oh boy, it's amazing the thing. Anyway. Okay, I'm going to chat. AJD, what has the world come to? I know the world's gone to shit. Looks like I've lost my money on the American fuck, the American elections. Oh Jesus, can you believe that, Mo? I swear to Christ, it's like, because some of you regulars all know that. I'm getting messages coming up from the other channels. Let me get rid of that. Yeah, I put some bets on for Donald Trump to win the election because I was certain he was going to win. And I was surprised, But the thing is, after all the shenanigans that has gone on, okay, you've got the riots in Portland and all over the country. Fucking petrol bombs being thrown into buildings, the looting, setting fire to houses and buildings and cars, throwing bombs at the police, people getting arrested. The rioters get what they call protesters, the fucking biased news. I swear to Christ, I've been blanking all the, if I see ABC coming up with a new, that's it, blank. All these American news channels, fucking block them off. I don't want to hear their shit because they're so biased. It's obvious when they're talking about people burning and looting businesses and they're calling them protesters. That's it, And then when they stop, when they walk into the Capitol Hill, they call them terrorists and rioters. What the fuck, right? Sort of like double standards there. It was a total contrast. You see when they walked into Capitol Hill, it was so strange. Well, not strange, but you could see the contrast where the people walk in, they walk through the front door, real orderly, and it was so orderly and peaceful. You know those like little bollards they have with the ropes in between to, so basically your corridor, picking them up and moving them to widen the gap that they can walk through. If these were the BLM, they would have been fucking straight out the window. They would pick them up, been smashing holes in the wall, banging holes in fuck knows what else, and throw them out the window. But no, these peaceful protesters picked them up, moved them so they could widen the gap to allow more people to come in. It was amazing to watch. And of course, now they're getting the FBI to go and chase the people who were photographed. Oh, and the other thing is, because I watch a bunch of these channels who actually, really sift through the news. What they were doing was they were looking at photographs of people in the Capitol Hill peaceful walk-through protest, taking photographs of them and matching them to BLM rioters who are throwing petrol bombs at the police and into buildings. They were the same fucking people. These motherfuckers, the BLM little fucking cunts, they were infiltrated. Put on a Trump hat and a scarf and a fucking banner. Trump's the greatest. They were going in trying to set fire to the, to the Capitol Hill building. The building there that they walked in. I can't remember the year. They're walking in. Yet the same people, the BLM people, were going undercover, trying to incite violence, trying to start fires, trying to cause havoc, and then of course blame it on the Trump supporters. Yeah, they got photographs of them. Yeah, look, here's a photograph of Capitol Hill. There's a whole photograph of this fucking bastard ransacking a building. So you got that. You've got and all the shenanigans. You've got dead people voting for Biden. You've got the 100% of the military voting for Biden. You've got people who have left this state and are no longer eligible voting for Biden. You've got people being pushed out of the building. 5 minutes later, they're dragging boxes of ballots under from fucking hidden under tables. They're putting 1,000, they get like stacks of 1,000 voting papers, putting them through the counting machine, then putting them through again, then putting them through again, then putting them through again. And then you see, the fucking thing, the same vote's been counted like 7 fucking times. And they've got evidence up the wazoo. They're showing this evidence saying, listen, the guy's fucking a criminal. It's Biden goof. Biden, the kiddie sniffer. Yeah, Joe the kiddie sniffer Biden. I mean, why is nobody talking about that? I mean, the guy sniffs children, for Christ's sakes. It's on the YouTube of him doing it, but nobody talks about that. And they're bringing all this evidence, and they're like, no. So it looks like Biden will win the election, which is going to be fucking bad news for everybody. I mean, as a citizen of the world, it's such a fuck fest. It's a fucking clusterfuck. Because I mean, the thing is, I mean, everything that America does affects us and basically affects the world. So it's not like we're in England, they're in America, fuck them. But no, it affects us too. Because there's things like trade and basically everything. I mean, we follow them for everything. But it is bad news all around. And I tell you what, I mean, how the fuck did they get away with it? With the amount of evidence they're going through. I mean, fucking dead people that have been dead for ages. They're pulling names out of fucking obituary, having them vote. Yeah, you've got guys going round to old folks' home, filling out forms for the old pensioners. Think, oh yeah, don't worry, I'll fill it in. Biden. It's crazy. And it looks like they may well get away with it. That's the scary thing. I mean, the thing is, if on the other hand, okay, they're a completely different country, but like I say, it affects us. if they can get away with it in America, where Americans don't put up with shit, not like us English. You know, in England, we have a thing, you know, if we're getting fucked by the politicians, you know, you might have a few types who will go in and expose it. But at the end of the day, English people are like, oh fuck me, that's really bad. You know, the members of parliament are fucking stealing money to do, you know, you know, all kinds of this other shenanigans going on. Anyway, what's on the other channel? You know, but no, the Americans, they don't fucking put up with that shit. No, they will fucking march. They will storm the building of the government and say, no, we don't want even that. Even you got 7+ million people who were, you know, not 7 million did the storming of the Capitol. What was it? About a week ago. But you know, you got 7 million people voted for Trump. They're saying, you know, in one voice, saying, no, we're Americans. We don't fucking, you know, this isn't right. This isn't just. You know, and even with all that going on, it looks like they might get away with it. The fuck, it's coming to a. So I might be rambling here because I'm a bit being on the old jungle juice here. But you've got, I mean, like arguably, you know, he's been described as the most powerful man on the planet, the American president. Okay, not a lot of people can argue with that. Fucking Google, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, they've all banned him from taking part of their, you know, for voicing his opinion and speaking. The fucking president of the United States has been barred from Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. People's channels have been taken down. Oh, that reminds me. You know, every month as a video maker, like I am, I get some stupid fucking messages from YouTube every month. They come up with a new rule about how they're trying to improve improve the service, trying to make it more politically correct, basically fucking with the video makers. And the latest one, I was actually going to write it down, but I didn't write it down. But the gist of it is that they will take down anybody who falsely talks about the election being rigged or fraudulently, you know, fucked with. You know, you know, stealing the election. You know, they're basically saying Trump has lost, Biden's a fucking hero. Anybody who says otherwise. But if you disagree and if you talk about how the election has been robbed, theft, stealing, fucking dead people voting, people dragging boxes of thousands of you know, votes from under a table after they get everybody out with a bogus story about a pipe bursting and shit. If you talk about that, they can get rid of you. They can take you down because you're inciting fucking violence or basically you're disagreeing with what they say is the truth. You know, YouTube have got an agenda. Google, Facebook, Twitter, they've all got a fucking agenda. Oh, and the other thing is, what they're doing is, you know how Donald Trump, before he was the presidente, he was a businessman. He had hotels. He had, you know, he got his fingers in a lot of pies. You know, Trump steaks, the whole business. They're starting to stop businesses. You know the businesses who you know, a bit similar to PayPal, I guess. You know, where you can buy Trump goods with a payment thing over the internet. Well, anybody who's taking, you know, all the companies who were taking payments for Trump products, they're being told to stop, or they're just stopping, or I don't know what they're doing. Oh yeah, so you know, but with the intention of hurting Trump's business by saying, "Oh yeah, well, if you want to sell your stuff, we're not going to accept payments for it. So that basically fucks up your business, you know. I mean, what kind of fucking shit is that? You know, that's what it's come to now. You know, it's like we'll rob and steal and fucking fabricate bullshit, you know, to try and win an election by any means necessary. Oh, and by the way, yeah, we're going to fuck with your career as well, you know. Oh my God, the world is going to shit. I mean, I've been able to see that for a few years, you know. And it's not just, I mean, for a while I thought it was because I'm getting old, you know. You get to a certain age and you start to think, you know, you look at the kids nowadays, they're looking like a bunch of fucking fairy pansy Nancy boys. Teenagers look like that to me now. They look like fucking thin armed, fucking long haired, girly boys. And you figure, well, it's because I'm getting old, you know, and it's like, you know, I'm a different generation. When I grew up, we didn't fucking report people for looking at you cross-eyed. You got on and done with it. You didn't try to get people out of work because they fucking said something you didn't like. But now, you know, that's what it's like. You know, they'll lie and cheat to get you out of office, and then when you're out of office, they'll do the best to fuck your career. You know. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, AJD, what's the world coming to? It's all gone to fucking hell. That's where it's going. There's people. Oh, AJD. It's a shame that people are getting paid to do that nowadays. I think you might be talking about the Chinese plague monitors. Yeah, they've actually had it. I mean, where I've been, the places I've worked, they've had it on the back of the high vis. COVID Marshal. What it is a bunch of fucking shitheads. You know, right? Anybody want to, you know, basically spend 2 hours out of their working day just standing there, making sure everybody's using the hand sanitizer, make sure they're working, standing 6 feet apart in the canteen queue. Yeah, me, sir. I'll do that, and they fucking wind you up. You know, yeah. Even when you're out in the car park and say, yeah, could you put your mask up? And it's like, you know. Thing is, you know, I mean, if that was, you know, I mean, I've had an opportunity, you know, people come to me, I've, you know, because I'm usually more sensible than fucking most of the people, especially when I was younger. You know, the you know managers come to me and said, you know, they give you certain tasks, you know, certain responsibilities because you're more sensible than fucking rest of them. If that was me and they said to me, "Oh yeah, listen, do you want to be COVID?" I said, "Listen, mate, go fuck yourself, fucker else, right? You know, I just want to do my job. I don't want to be fucking lording it up against it. You know, just get away." Michael Lloyd for gaming, me on the Hobgoblin. Right, big cheese is in the house. Right, actually, yeah, this is comments from a while back because I haven't been following the messages. I've been ranting on. Oh, yeah, hope you can't. Gonna make my nose again blocked. James Moore says Diamond Jubilee. Yeah, okay, yeah, because we had the Silver Jubilee in '77. The Diamond Jubilee, I'm guessing, will be the next one, but I don't know what year that was. Actually, it would have been just before, it would have been before 2000, I think. I don't know, what was it, every 25 years? I don't know. AJD just reached 10 likes on the channel, on the stream. Yeah, actually, according to my thumbs up, all I have is how many people are watching, how many thumbs up, and how many minutes I've been waffling on. Yeah, I've got 17 thumbs up. Anybody not hitting thumbs up, go ahead, hit the thumbs up, show your support. Oh, there you go, Andy Smith. The Golden Jubilee was celebrated in 2002. That was 18 years ago. I suppose we must be due for another one soon, I guess. Well, just assuming the Queen lives that long, which is probably doubtful. She's got to be fucking 90 odd now, I guess. Shit. That's the thing. When the Queen kicks it, and we get a new monarch, king, queen, whatever, you know, you got what you got? You got princess. You got Prince Harry. I don't think he's a big fan. He doesn't want it. Well, Prince Charles doesn't want it. Right, he's next. So the next one down is what's his name? William. William. I don't think he wants it. Prince Harry, the ginger goof. he was spawned by that guy from Jungle. Get me out of here, fucking army bloke. So he's not really, he's sort of like a half brother, if you like. I guess. I mean, that's fucking obvious to everybody. Look at the colour hair he's got, So he's not going to be. So who the fuck's going to be king or queen? Shit. Nobody wants to be. Nobody wants to be the king or queen, and you got the case of like Harry, and then they're not. Surely they can't be eligible. Not if he's been fathered by some other fucking some other guy. Yeah, because I mean that was when Di was married to Charles. They had William, and then it's bloody obvious to everybody that Harry is not of didn't come from Prince Charles. Yeah. I actually thought for a while that I was the only one that could see that, but apparently there's some my brother looked on it on the website, and apparently it's all over the internet. People have noticed. Seaweed reacts. There'll be no cook-off against Prince Andrew then. No, I tell you what. The thing is, I would love to get on. I would love to get on a TV channel, and like I've said before in other. Oh, tell you, fucking thing is, I haven't had a shave for a couple of weeks, and I can feel it around the corner of my mouth there. I'd love to get on the TV channel. And there was a TV one. It was done by that black fella. The one with the frying pan, flipping the fucking frying pan, sort of like being a big, what's his name? Black fella, bald head, Ainsley Harriet. Anyway, that show, right? What you do? It's a really good format, right? You got a couple of apparently celebrity chefs. You get a couple of goofs out of the audience. They come down. They get, earlier on that day, they give them like a tenner. Right, get down to fucking Tesco, buy as much as you can for a tenner, and they come back with a fucking, bit of mincemeat and a potato and a lettuce and an onion and an oxo cube, right? And the celebrity chef's got to fucking work his magic. Now that is what I could do. I could do that. Man. There you go. Yeah, AJ, Princess Diana's wedding was on the July 29, year of our Lord, 1981. So that would have made me 11. Yeah, because I was thinking about it, what did I say? Between 10 and 12 years old or something. I said, yeah, so 81 would have made me. Actually, yeah, 11 years old and 2 months, approximately. Right, hold on. Oh, shit. I've lost a. Oh, shit. That's the thing, because there you go. Mark, Cons Customs, Cons Customs 1. Have you had the vaccine? Well, actually, I've had the flu jab. The thing is, I've mentioned before, where I've been walking back from the shop, and I said to people, I said on the live stream, they say, when you realize, because sometimes I don't really think about it a lot, but sometimes things will happen when you realize just how old you are. Okay, it's like I've told the story about when I've gone to coming back from the shop, and there was like a 12-year-old kid apologized to me for getting in my way on the footpath. And I thought, shit, Christ, this guy looks at me as an old guy that but then about a month ago, I got a phone call. I got a phone call from the local health centre, and they said to me, "Oh yeah, Mark, we're doing the flu jabs, and we're looking at our records, and you being over 50, you're eligible for a free flu jab." And then it hit me. over 50. Fuck. I mean, obviously I know how old I am, right? But I don't always think about how old I am, and as I'm talking about it, but I don't sort of really sort of feel like a 50-year-old all the time. But it was when the woman says, because of your age, you're over 50, you're eligible for a free. Oh, Jesus. And it did hit me. It was like, shit, I am old. I'm over 50 years old. And as a result, I am eligible for free shit, right? I can get a free flu jab. I could probably get a lot of fucking free shit as well if I looked into it. Ugh. I mean, probably another 15 years, and I'll be up for a free bus pass. God, but it just hit me that right when and I said to her, "Shit, you're right, I am old." Yeah, but no, it's because the way she phrased it. Well, because you're over 50. Oh fuck. And how do I get onto that? Oh yeah, but about the jab. Yeah. Well, I've had the flu jab, and that wasn't so bad. I barely felt it. I mean, I've had needles before. I've had stitches taken out. I've had all kinds of stuff. And the woman jabbed it into my arm here, into the up in the shoulder, and and we got talking. It may hurt a little bit. I said, listen, I've had needles before. I've fucking had cracked bones before. I've had stitches taken out. Those are like sort of plastic ones where they actually pull the stitching out. It's not like it. Sometimes they dissolve. I said, listen, there's different degrees. I said, look, this is like I cracked a bone. I'm thinking to myself, I cracked a bone in my foot and I've got to work for 3 days on it. I said, listen, like I put up with a fucking 10 mil needle going into my arm. AJD, it's not about quantity, it's about quality. Yeah, that's the thing. The thing is, I do have a quality base of viewers. I see the names come up. They're always writing comments on the videos, which is good. James Moore, police were kneeling before them. It was shameful. I'm not actually sure what that is. But yeah, I mean, it was. I tell you, I was a fucking because when the Black Lives Matter was pulling their bullshit, and you got, oh god, it was fucking shameful. For a while, you had stupid white motherfuckers walking up and kissing the shoes of black people. They'll be coming up, yeah, come on, and they were kissing the shoes. I don't know what the fuck that was all about. But then you've got the police. What it was. The Black Lives Matter was setting fire to shit, right, on a nightly basis. The police force, at least as Americans, as far as I can see, they were like. Well, on the one hand, we're well outnumbered, we're well outarmed, we're out of our fucking league. What can we do? We'll kneel. Please don't riot anymore. We'll kneel in the street because you're fucking great and we're shit. Please don't do it. But no, it didn't work. They're fucking carrying it on. It's like I always said, this is why I don't ever apologize. Okay, like I'm saying, I'm being pretty loud at the minute and I'm being pretty forth, like I normally am. I mean, the thing is, I drink vodka every time I go live. Fucking hell. So it's not. It's not the vodka talking. It's oh shit. This is why I don't ever apologize, and this is why it's fucking cringeworthy when you see the police and the politicians in the street kneeling in front of the rioters. Please don't do it anymore. It's like, fuck off. Grow the fuck up. Have a spine for fuck's sake. Because the thing is, like again, this is why I don't apologize. Because when you apologize, when you say so, on occasion, I've said to if I'm wrong, and I've had this before, I've been in sort of group meetings, and I said, we're all putting our chucking our 2 cents in. I thought, and I've actually said, well, listen, I tell you, I was going to say this, but I actually agree with that guy. Even though I don't like the guy, I agree with him. If I'm wrong, I'll fucking say. And I've said before, I've done it before. I've said, I was wrong, like this. But if you start apologizing for stuff that you should not be apologizing for, like the police and the politicians with the Black Lives Matter fucking motherfuckers, they don't look at you fucking groveling. Oh shit. They don't look at you groveling in the street on your knee saying, I'm sorry, I'm white, I'm a fucking piece of shit, you're great. They don't look at it as if, like, oh, okay. Yeah, no, they look at it as a weakness, and they will exploit it, and they will push you further. They will push the fucking, and that's what they do. It's like, how many rioting nights did they have off after the police stood there or knelt down in the street? I'm sorry. No, fucking, what was it? Portland burned for like, what was it, 120 days or some fucking shit like that? I think in some places in America they're still going. It's just they're not reporting it on the news anymore. When you apologize for shit that you shouldn't be apologizing for is seen as a weakness. And it's like, it's only, there's a few of us out here that actually realize this, and but no. Policeman kneeling. 4x4, hello to you. 4x4 is in the house. AJD is all an excuse for them to rebel. Yeah. When you've got mamby-pamby, airy-fairy, soy boy fucking kids growing up with the mentality of they get a gold star for showing up. That's the when you got people that grow up with that, and then all of a sudden they're in the real world where people people of my generation that and they're saying, well, no, that, you can't fucking act like that. That's what the problem is. It's they want to rebel, and they don't understand why they're being told no when all their life, when they're growing up, yes, you're great, you're fucking just as good as everybody else. Whether you come in first or 15th, you all get a fucking gold star. That's what happens. You got to think. Kids start growing. Wait a minute. What happened to my gold star? Fucking. I'll throw a brick at a policeman, and he's arresting me. What the fuck? This never happened when I. That's what happens. You got. Anyway, that's. And it's altered. I mean, I've said it before. The adult people could see this a mile off when it first came out, and it started off with. Like games day at school, right? You've got kids running around a track, you've got kids playing football. When you start saying to people, because there has been occasions where two teams are playing against each other, and if one team is way ahead, they stop the match, they stop the game, or they say, right, okay, you need to take 5 players off to allow these silly motherfuckers to catch up. That's happened. And like I say, you get a gold medal just for participating. And of course, when they leave school, get into the real world, when you got people my age, they don't put up with that fucking shit. Then they go in, and you've seen them on the Portland riots. They fucking spit at a policeman, get hit, dumped on the floor hard. They're like, "Are you kidding me? I can't fucking believe this." It's because they're not used to being told no. Anyway, and I tell you, the world is going to shit. And the trouble is, I'm 50 years old, so I've got another 30 years of this fucking shit to deal with. I've got to see this crap on the news. The world's burning around my ears. I can't do fuck all about it, like the rest of us. I've got 30 years. Anyway. Okay, Mike Lloyd, for gaming. The ease of which they breached the security at the White House just goes to prove that if all the police people of any one country decided to all attack one's government, they could stand a chance. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, if all the English people stood together, like for example, if all the English people stood in one voice, marched down at fucking Downing Street, 50, 100, 150, 200,000 people all crammed in 10 Downing Street, that 200-meter long street, all cramming there, be pretty tight. And said, listen, we're getting fucked by the amount of immigrants that are coming through. We're getting fucked by the amount of tax that we're paying. You government motherfuckers are stealing money left and right. I mean, it's always happy, they'll get the taxpayer to pay for their decorating of their apartment and shit like this. That they'll go somewhere claiming shitloads of money all over the place while they're supposed to be on government, while they're even off the clock and all that, if everybody stood up and went down there and says, we're not having it. And you know what? We're going to fucking stay on, outside your front door, 10 Downing Street until you fucking sort it out. There isn't enough policemen in the country that could do anything, but we don't. We don't stick together. It's like, I mean, you've only got to watch. You ever been in the supermarket and there's a guy who's arguing with the manager of a supermarket about how the service is shit, how he's being robbed, how he's, I don't know, could be anything. His credit card transaction is fucked up and he's charging too much, or the service is shit, or he's been bad-mouthed by the guy on the shelf, as a customer who should be put up with this. As a, some people do complain, but when you've got, but then you've got 45 people in the queue, and they're like, "Oh shit! Oh, don't fucking make eye contact. No, let him know. He's on his own." I've had this when I've been in a warehouse. Where we got the foreigners who think they could just join in when you got a line of people queuing for the clock machine on the way out. They just figure they can join in the queue anywhere they fucking like. Don't go to the back. No, they just go to the front. And I pulled these fuckers up one time and had a big blazing row with them. And of course, I'm on my own, trying to argue with a bunch of them, telling them to fuck off to the back, and it's like, 15 minutes later, we're in the bog, washing our hands, trying to go, getting out the door. I had people come up and say, "Oh yeah, well done for speaking up." Where the fuck were you people? Nobody speaks up. I've been in the supermarket. I've even been in the supermarket, and I've seen a guy arguing his case with a manager or some guy in the shop. Like somebody in authority saying a manager. Out of the blue, I've actually done this. I've jumped in and says, "No, listen, he's right. This guy is right. I mean, listen to what he's been saying. He's right. You, the fucking manager, are in the wrong. You are in the right. He's right. I don't even know the guy, and I'm fucking standing up for him. I've done that. I don't know what, so I've got a habit of diving into people's business and that. But if I hear some misdeed going on where the customer's getting fucked, the manager goes like, "Well, listen, we can't, I'm not really, I have jumped in and say, listen, you're in the wrong. This guy has got a legitimate gripe against you and the company. I don't know who the guy is, but I've been listening and he's fucking right." We don't do that. We're like, "Oh shit, maybe he'll go away. Oh shit." Which I mean, as mad as the Americans can be sometimes, I mean, they fucking stand up for each other. They will stand in a group with one voice, 200,000 strong, and say, "No, we're not happy with this. We don't know what we can do about it, but we're not fucking happy. We want everybody to know." And that's what they did at the Capitol building. Lee Merton. Hello, Mark. Hope you're okay. I'm doing pretty good. Thank you very much. Actually, you know what? Lee Merton. Oh dear, my nose is getting blocked. Excuse me for making them noises. Lee Merton. Oh yeah, that World Cup plastic cup you sent me a little while back. I had the PO box. I used it the other day, and in fact, I've made 2 videos recently of protein shakes. I made a protein shake with the usual eggs, milk, bananas, but I used I think I used some chalk ices because that's all I could get out of the co-op. Used some chalk ices for the ice cream in there. I used that. I used your cup to drink the milkshake, and also I made another milkshake. Usual shit: milk, bananas, ice cream. But I put a load of peanut butter in it. So check them out. It's only about within the last 6 videos, and I used your cup again to drink it out of. So that was Lee Merton sent me a nice cup. They had a little pull tab at the bottom. I think it made a noise when it stopped making a noise. Now it's been washed a few times and it just stopped working. But I used that little cup. It was very nice. That was when I had a PO box and people were sending me stuff. Any road. Hello, Mad Maz 49. Did you see Obama celebrating when Trump lost? Well, that's the thing. I have been keeping up with current events as much as I can. I've been watching quite a lot of videos of, because there are people who are dedicated to trawling every scrap of information on the internet, and they, Salty Cracker. There you go, Salty Cracker. If anybody wants to give that a guy a go, he's really good. He will trawl the internet looking for all the facts. Salty Cracker. Who's the other one? Louder with Crowder. There you go. There's another one. I watch him. Michael Knowles. He's another one. Another intellectual. I watch those. What the fuck was I? Oh yeah, but over the last couple of days, I haven't been watching too much of it. It just gets too fucking depressing sometimes. But I know that did you see Obama celebrating when Trump lost? I know his fucking cunt of a wife is chucking a 2-cent worth in. Fucking flapping her big lips, flapping them around. When she shouldn't be, she should keep her fucking mouth shut. But yeah, I mean, if he is Trump, Obama's got no fucking business. He's out of politics. Stay the fuck away. Hello, Andrew Winton. I don't think I've seen your name up for a while. Nearly at 2,000. Yeah, I'm only about 13 short. In fact, if anybody's watching this who's not a subscriber, by all means, feel free. Don't be shy. Hit the what do they call that? The subscribe button. Hit that. Hit the bell icon that says to be alerted for all. You got all and some, and just hit the all option. You'll be alerted when I do, lots of, do a lot of, cookery stuff, do a lot of product review, mostly food reviews and shit. And also it'll tell you when I'm going live. Oh shit. There you go. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. You're under no obligation to stick around, or just hit the subscribe, watch a few videos, and see what you think. Yeah, George C. Good point. Twitter's stock has gone down 5%. I wasn't aware of that, but I know that Twitter and Facebook and YouTube and all the rest of them are banning Trump from putting his. Imagine that, the fucking president. I mean, he's still the president, and they banned him several days or weeks ago. Been doing that over the short time. Banning him because they don't like the fact that he's saying this election is bogus, is bullshit, they're stealing it, and this is the evidence that they're of what they're doing. They don't like it, so they fucking ban him. Can you imagine that the president of the United States getting banned from speaking? They're shutting up the president of the United States of America. How the fucking neck on these people? How fucking dare they? It's, I mean, you and I, sure, I mean, they can do what the fuck they want to people like me and everybody else who they don't agree with, but blocking and banning and saying, we don't agree with what you're saying, Mr. President, so you can go fucking go somewhere, you can shut your mouth. How dare they? Fucking bastards. But it goes to show, if they can ban the president of the United States for no other reason than we don't agree with what you're saying, what the fuck chance has the rest of us got? I tell you what, first chance. I tell you now. I don't. I'm gonna. I'm gonna try and get somebody around who can. If I can switch my channel over to what's that? That on a BitTube. There's fucking. Apparently, there's loads of them. There's quite a few channels. It's not just YouTube. It's just that YouTube was the first, and it's the most popular one. But I tell you what, it is fucking diabolical. The service that they're doing is really bad. I mean, I've had one live stream taken down mid sentence. I've had videos taken down. I've had videos demonetized. I had a brains faggots video for those who are perhaps not in England. Most English people of a certain age will be able. I say they will still sell a product. There's a company called Brains who make a product which is a gravy colored meatball, nasty fucking thing it is, but a meatball in gravy called faggot. It's called a faggot. Brains is a company, faggot is the product. Brains faggots. I did a product review on that. Somebody reported it. It was demonetized. They I think they demonetized it totally, or partly demonetized it, or they wrote to me saying, there's a problem with this video and it's being demonetized. And I wrote back, "You're fucking joking, aren't you? You pathetic fuckers." Or I told them, I can't remember exactly what I wrote because I've actually used the word pathetic. You people are pathetic in some of my correspondence with them. I can't remember if it was that one. But I wrote to them saying, "Listen, it's a fucking company called Brains. The product is called faggots. What the fuck?" But no, and they never wrote back to me. So what can you do? But this is the kind of people you're dealing with. Soy boy, noodle armed, fucking Nancy boy motherfuckers who are, in charge down in Silicon Valley. And what can you do? So if they can do this to the American president, the rest of us have got no chance. And it's not just me. All right, I'm a video creator. What they call it? They call us video creators. But it applies to you people out there. I mean, I don't see. This is why I don't go in for Twitter, Facebook, fucking whatever else, right? But you people out there who do, how many times have you heard a story where somebody has written on their Facebook or Twitter or Twitter account something, and it's got them in a world of trouble with the company they work with, the world's company, because you might write, "I had a big argument with this black fella at McDonald's," right? You write that down. Next thing you know, you might have 500 followers on your particular channel. Some of them are followers of somebody else who happens to be followers with one of your work colleagues, and then because I mean, I've known it when I was in the John Lewis, one of the John Lewis warehouses. The manager was friends or cyber friends with all the with a bunch of people around the warehouse. So when they wrote stuff on their Twitter account, he got to read it. That's how and that's how the fuck people get in trouble. And you'll write something, you can't even have an opinion anymore. You can't even express your express your mind. Somebody complain, or if you're in case of a Twitter account, your boss will find out. I tell you how, just on a side note here, before I try and because I'm trying to get through all the comments here. I tell you how fucking bad the 100 Degrees go. I got an allotment for the last several weeks, right? I've been going there every so often, trying to do some work on there. And on my way out, I met this old woman who Oh, that was the other. I was talking to some old guy. He's got a couple of chickens down there, and I was talking to him, and I was talking. I said, "Yeah, the thing is, I've been here a few weeks now, and you and this other." I was talking to an old woman the other day. They're the only two people I've seen, and he said, "Oh." He said, "Oh, that's not right." I said, "Old woman. That's not a phrase I like to use." I'm thinking, "Oh, the fuck." What are you, a snowflake? I said, "You fucking." He didn't like the word old woman, and I said, "Well, what I mean is, she was older than I am. Okay, she's in her 60s. This same woman, I'm leaving the allotment. But again, I'll explain quickly for the foreign people who may not be familiar with allotment. Allotment is the council will have a patch of land. They divide it up into 20, 30 or so little compartments. Little, like it could be 30 feet long by 15 feet wide. This kind of, big the size of a garden. You go to the council and you rent, and on a yearly basis, this patch of land. This patch of land that's been segmented. Okay, you buy or you rent a segment, and you can grow crops on there and do what the fuck you want on there. That's what that is. Anyway, I'm leaving, and the woman's walking in, and we're quickly chatting at the gate. And she says, "Oh, have you met any other people on the stall holders?" I said, "No, only the guy with the chickens and you." And she said, "Oh, well, the thing is, the guy with a plot next to you, he's a nice fella. He's." She said, "Yeah, you probably meet him. He's a black fella. He's a black man." And she like this. She says he's a black man. She says, I don't mean to be racist, but he's a black man. He's a nice fella." And I said, "Listen, lady, if he's a black man, you're allowed to call him a black man." But she said, "Yeah." As soon as she said, "Oh, he's a black man." I'm not being racist in that, but yeah, he's a black man. He's a nice fella. Honestly, I had to bite my tongue. All I could do was say to her, "Listen, if he's black, you're allowed to call him black. That's, I mean, it's obvious the man's fucking black. You can call him black." But she was like, "Oh, I'm not being racist, nothing." And I thought, how fuck. I try not to make a big deal of it because I mean, I don't know whether I seem that kind of a person who would be offended if somebody uses the word black. I mean, I use the word black all the time, and all kinds of other fucking descriptions to describe foreign types. But no, if you describe a black man as being black, that doesn't offend me. You don't need to defend yourself as. I'm not being racist or nothing. You shut the fuck up. Just tell me what it is you want to tell me, and then I can fucking go. Anyway, but that's the encounter. That's the encounter I had at the gate. The woman apologized or not apologizing, but justifying the fact that she used the word black to describe a person who has an allotment patch. I'm thinking, but the thing is, when people do that, I say to them, "No, listen, you can say that. It's fine." It's like there's a line in the other film that people don't fucking talk about when they're talking about foreigners being racist. There's a film called White Chicks where there's two black guys in it. They dress up in makeup as white girls to get into some kind of, I don't know, college or some fucking shit. I don't know. It's the Damon brothers. I think they were. And anyway, they're dressed as white girls. Are in the car and they're talking about and they're singing along to a radio in the car. And what it was one of those rap songs where it's like, in rap songs they use the word nigger in rap songs, right? So they're singing along, blah blah blah, nigger bust a cap in my ass, and these two white girls in the front of the car, they're like, "What the fuck?" And and these two black fellas dressed up as white chicks are saying, "It's okay. There's none of them around." That's what I feel like saying to people. I say, "Listen, you don't have to apologize to me. There's none of them around to fucking hear you. Say what you want. I don't give a shit." Anyway, no, AJD, people aren't allowed of opinion anymore. No, freedom of speech has gone down a shitter, and that's been going for a while. Andrew Winton, nearly at 2,000 subs. Indeed, I'm only about 13 short or so. Oh yeah, George C with the Twitter's stock. See, the thing is, I mean, what with George C there with the Twitter's stock going 5%? If everybody on the fucking planet stood as one voice and says, we're not, well, we won't be, because you'll have your Black Lives Matter people who think it's fucking great, and Antifa people, but the majority of people saying, no, we're not happy with you blocking people and stopping people from having a voice. We're not having it. We're not paying you a fucking subscription, or we're not using your service so you can earn billions through advertising like Twitter and Facebook and all the rest of it. If they said no, but they won't, if we all went back to the old days, I mean, you listen to stories from people like me of my age who were saying, at one point, if you wanted to get in contact with somebody, you had to write them a letter. You had to walk down a fucking street and phone them at a phone box. That's how old I am. And if you were really fucking lavish and, you had a phone in the house, but quite often, no, you walk down the street. This is way before mobile phones. You walk to the, and then you had hope that some fucker hadn't ripped the receiver out the wall, That's what it was like before Twitter and fucking emails and all this shit. You had to write them a letter. You had to phone them up. You had to sort of like catch them 5 minutes before they left school, or 5 minutes after work, before you'd say, right, what are you doing now? We get right. Okay, I'll meet you there. People would have to go back to that. But if everybody stood up and says to YouTube, YouTube and Facebook and Twitter, we're not putting up with it. You want to fucking block us? You want to stop us from having an opinion? We're not going to fucking earn you the billions of pounds that you've been fucking getting on the back of, our custom for all these years, But people won't. Andy Smith, Trump could use his security to refuse Biden access to the White House. Well, I tell you what, I would fucking love it if he got all the army together and all the police together and says, you know what, this thing has been stolen. This election has been stolen. The proof has gone out there. The fucking crooked motherfuckers who were supposed to be impartial and looking at the evidence and saying, yeah, you know what? At least we need to investigate. They're like, no. We're not even going to look into this. If he got the fucking, fuck me, all he's got to do is deputize the 7 million fucking supporters he's got. I would say fuck him, fuck Biden, and that fucking Kamala black woman he's got as second in command, who is going to take over as president 3 days after Biden's supposed to take over, because Biden, being the old decrepit motherfucker he is, he's looking to be president, and he's going to go 3 days in. He's going, I don't feel well. Luckily, we got this Kamala fucking Harris woman. That's the plan all along, The sooner fucking Biden. He's got no intention of being president for more than a week, before he hands it over to that woman. But yeah, if Trump amalgamates all the army and the police and basically says no, I don't mind giving up the presidency if it's legitimate, but it's fucking obvious to a blind man. Even a fucking idiot can see that there is so much shenanigans going on. I mean, you've got your Trump haters. I mean, I've had that. I've worked in when I was talking to people at the warehouse. You've got young kids, 17, 18. Oh yeah, Trump's a racist. I think you're fucking joking, aren't you? He's done more for the blacks and the fucking for everybody. With these black colleges and that, rather than come him, what they used to do was to start begging to the president for money for the fucking the colleges and schools and all that shit. He'd say to them, I tell you what, listen, here's a check 3 years money. Don't bother me for another 3 years. There you go. Do what you fucking need to do. You know, he's done all that. He's helped so many people. He's helped jobs, you know, bring companies back into America through tax, you know, lower taxations and all this. And they can say, oh, yeah, well, Trump's a racist, you know. Even those people surely must be able to look at the facts and the evidence that's been churning out. Okay, pulling boxes of ballot papers from under desks after they sent everybody home, boarding up windows to stop people from looking in. I mean, it's not like they're in the room where they're doing the counting, where they can fuck things up. No, they're on the other side of a glass wall, but they still board it up. So you no. We're totally legit. Only we're going to board up the windows because we don't want you watching us doing our legitimate job. No. You know. Of course, dead people voting or all kinds of fucking shit. Stopping the count, you know, halfway through the night because, oh, we're tired, and then resuming the count half an hour after everybody's gone. You know, even those people must be able to see, well, wait a minute. Yeah, all right. I hate Trump. He's a motherfucker. But there's obviously something, you know, going wrong here. Even you must be able to see that. You know, whether you love Trump or hate Trump, the sheer fact that something is some shenanigans is afoot. You know, James Moore, remember back in the 90s, everything seemed so calm and light-hearted. I tell you what, I remember the days, you know, I mean, it wasn't that far away, 25 years ago, when I was 25, you went into work. I mean, it wasn't like, you know, you were out there fucking. Young kids use workplaces nowadays as a fucking youth club. They're going in there chatting. They do a bit of work to break up the monotony of conversations. When I was coming up, I mean, you know, you would go in and you would work with men for over a period of several years. You'd be working in the same building. You get to know them. Sometimes you go out as a group and you socialize out. You had a good time. You went in and I mean, it wasn't like a fucking laugh fest. It wasn't like Comedy Hour or something. But you went in and you had a good time almost while you were at work. You did a bunch of work, but you had time. Nowadays, you don't have time to talk to anybody. Even before the Chinese plague, where you're not allowed to talk to anybody. You know, you've got to stand 6 feet and you can't have a conversation. But even slightly before that, you know, it is so, you know, you go in, you got to work. You can't have a conversation with you. You get seen talking to somebody, you get fucking shouted at. I mean, I tell you what, it's funny. Because you know, because I've been working at different warehouses and whatnot. I've actually gone to buildings and I've met men working there who I haven't seen in 25 years, back when I was 25 years old and I was working at the Tesco warehouse. And immediately, bang, you address them as their nickname. And you haven't seen them in 25, and they know me. My nickname was Murdoch at the back then. It's only a certain people who call me Murdoch now, because back in those days, anybody after that time won't know that. But you meet these guys, they're like, hey, Murdoch. And he's like, you know, and then you start calling them. They call you by your nickname. Half the time we may know somebody's name, but we never called them that. It was all nicknames. And you know, and I've had that after 25 years. Bang, you meet them for 30 seconds. Fuck me. Whatever you know, like nickname. And then you start that, you know, and that's from 25 years. I haven't seen the guys in 25 years. Recently, I've been working at warehouses where I've been working with them I've been working in a warehouse for 6 months. I only know 4 people's names. You know, nobody has nicknames. You know, the people who do have real names, I know 4 people, 5 people. You know, I might be working there for 6 months, 12 months. It's because nobody has time. I mean, you may be able to stop and catch a conversation, you know, in between, you know, while you're doing a job, you're strapping a pallet, wrapping a pallet up, or some fucking bullshit, and you have a quick chat. But that's it. You're chatting and you're off. None of this, something to break up the monotony of the day. That has gone. And the thing is, I mean, it's like I say, 25 years on, we all remember our nicknames, and that's how we refer to each other. I'll be working within a factory with some guys for 6 months. I don't even know their fucking name, and I couldn't. When people say, Johnny's done this and he's done that, and I like, can you describe it? Have I met him? I listen. I'll probably recognise him if I see him. That happens a lot. I say, look, if I saw him, I'll probably recognise who you're fucking talking about, but I really don't know who it is you're talking about. I'm like, oh yeah, young guy, skinny, blonde hair. I said, listen, I have no fucking idea who you're talking about. It's because we don't have time. The whole workplace is unenjoyable. I don't know whether that's a word. It is no longer an enjoyable place to work. Going into work, you go in, you fucking slog your guts out for 8 hours. You barely get a chance to chat with anybody. It's a miserable fucking existence. Not like in the old days where you worked hard, but the managers didn't fuck with you. If you just, you have a chat, everybody knew each other. I mean, I worked when I was at Tesco 25 years ago. I mean, honestly, there'd be, because it was a 24-hour place like everywhere. In any one time in the building, there would be 200 guys. I would know. I would, out of the 200 guys that would be on a shift at any time, I would be on a first name, friendly, chatting, shooting the shit relationship with 20 of them. Another 30 who I would know by name, who I wouldn't normally chat with, but I know them. I know their name. I know enough about them to know that I don't want to fucking be around them. But that was another 30 people. Right? So that's 50 out of 200 people. So that's 25%. Everybody else would be, you would have a quick thing, a quick chat with them, but it wouldn't be in depth like they're your mate. It's just something a person you chat with every 3 weeks or so, in passing, or you're like, oh, listen, mate, can you, that'd be the other 75%. Yeah, I mean, all that is gone. Yeah, George C. Young men are actually, I'm a little bit behind the comments, but I'm catching up because I'm doing a lot of waffling on. George C. Young men are becoming girls, and girls are becoming young men. Yeah, I tell you, I've noticed that. I see that all over. When even on these YouTube adverts, oh my God, I have to click them off as fast as possible, and I see it around. The young males in this country are so fucking feminine. It is unbelievable. It is unbelievable how fucking girly they are. Honestly, they look like fucking fairies. They act. I mean, just in their body language and the way they interact with the people that they're interacting with. I mean, you see them out the street, if they're like hanging around by the shops or by the, I don't know, the duck pond or, fucking where else. There's no meat on them. There's no, they just seem feminine, It is oh boy. And you figure, fuck me, if they're sort of 17 years old, what are they going to be in sort of 30 years time when they're sort of, 47, sort of like coming up on my age. These are the people who are going to be running the country after me, after you, and after all the rest of us are gone, And it's like, actually, there's a line, right, for those who have seen Braveheart. Patrick McGowan, who plays Richard Longshanks, the king, he's talking about, because he's got a homo as a son, right? And what he done, he's talking to his counsel, and he's saying, he's sort of like, well, like, he's talking about, he's going to try and, have a conversation with the jocks, right? He said, well, like, basically the idea is I can't go because they'll fucking kill me. I can't send his wife because he's forced his faggot son to marry that French woman. A bit like Elton John, basically trying to fob everybody off like they're normal. I mean, you can't send me. I can't go because they'll fucking murder me, right? I can't send the woman because, well, you can't send a woman to do that kind of work. And he goes, well, I can't send my son. Jesus, if they catch a glimpse of my son, they'll invade tomorrow. If they, after looking at this fairy boy coming in, you see it in Braveheart. After they catch a glimpse of my fairy son, going in to negotiate, they'll it's like an open gate. They say, well, if this is the best they can do, shit. And that's what the countries are like. Well, when we've got these youngsters who are like, oh no, he used he used a word that I didn't like, What's the foreigners? What's the foreign? If the country has enemies, which we've probably got an enemy or two, a foreign enemy looking at the youth of today, thinking, shit, all we've got to do is wait another 20 years. All the soldiers that are fighting, all the fucking men who are in the army now, they'll all be old, retired, dead, fucking whatever the fuck, they'll be gone. And then in 20 years' time, all these 17-year-olds, in 20 years' time, these are the people who are running the country. They're in parliament. They won't be in the army, but, or the fucking police force. But these are the people who are running, these little fairy boys are running the country. That's when we go in. We'll fucking take over the country. If that's who they've got running the country, we'll walk in there and we'll take it over within the weekend. That's what it's, and that's kind of a scary thought when you think about it. But yeah, it's just like in Braveheart. Which is shit. They catch a glimpse of my fucking faggot son. Now we're doomed. They'll think, oh Christ, the whole country's like that, and we'll just go in and take them over. And that's what I tell you. I mean, if this video doesn't get taken down, or if I'm still around in 20 years' time, you look at it. Look at the state of the country in 20 years' time. We've got little fucking Nancy boys running the country. You imagine how bad that's going to be. You mark my words. What's it now? 2020. Okay, so 2040. Put it in your calendar. It's going to be in the crapper. You think it's bad now. Wait until you got a bunch of poofters running the place. What's this? My nickname was Cheesehead. Actually, that was coming from Cheesehead. There you go. Yeah, mine was Murdoch. I had several nicknames actually, because what I did, I wore a baseball cap a lot of the time. It's just the thing I did. I wore a baseball cap, then after a while, I got the nickname Murdoch, as in Murdoch from the A-Team. And then from Murdoch, it would be Mad Dog, that'd be just Murdoch to Mad Dog, then Mad. Sometimes it'd be, hey Mad, listen. But yeah, it's funny how nicknames work. Some people don't like their nicknames. I remember when I was leaving the warehouse, 25 years ago. I remember I still had the keys to the truck I was driving in my hand. I was at the outgate almost. I said, "Oh, listen, there was this huge guy. I mean, this guy must have been like 6'6". They used to call him Big Bird, like from Sesame Street." So I said to him, "Oh, listen, and just, I wasn't like offensive enough." And I said, because I knew his name was, they called him Nick Big Bird, but he didn't like that at all. But I didn't know. So I said, "Oh, listen, Big Bird, listen, do me a favor. I've still got my keys to the truck. Listen, you're going to the office. Hand them in for me." But he didn't like that at all. But it's personally, I didn't think that Big Bird is out of all the nicknames you could have. Oh boy, that lemonade was flat. George C., you're one step ahead of me, Mark. I sit at home clicking a mouse. Uh, you know what? That's probably relevant to something I've said, but I don't know. I don't know what that's in connection with. Maybe it's was it me you not using Twitter and Facebook and all that? I'll just use I don't know. I'm sorry. The thing is, I've had a lot of vodka, over the last few hours. And Rex, are you streaming with a new camera? No, I'm still using a camera that's fixed to the laptop screen here. Although I am using the new camera to film the cookery stuff. There you go. Let me see. Bob Matthews, when Mark's got the King pot noodle mug out, you know shit's about to go. How to get real? Thank you, Bob Matthews. Yeah, this is the is one of I've actually, because the thing is I had to get rid of a whole, but I had a stack of I used to drink out of the pot noodle tubs. I had to get rid of them because the thing is they were so old. You could actually smell the plastic or taste the plastic when you're drinking from it. Because they don't last forever. I mean, they fucking last a long time though. But the things you wash them, but they just because it's plastic, it starts to go shitty. So I had to ditch a bunch of them, and which these make good. These will make good plant pots. You drill some holes in the bottom here. You got a really good plant pot here. I mean, you imagine you go to the shop and you pay fucking money for a plastic pot that happens to be black, because most plant pots are black or like tan brown. But basically they're plastic. And what you do, you go in, you can get these down at 75p a pound. Use them as a drinking thing. When it's worn out, drill some holes in the bottom. You've got a plant pot. Save yourself some money. Don't go buying plant pots. Just buy a pot noodle. Tiger Plays. What's your plans for 2021? Mark? Question mark. Still thinking about getting into boxing? He said still thinking about getting into boxing? Question mark. Are you thinking about getting into boxing? Or are you under the impression that I am? Because he's got a question there. I'm not thinking about getting into boxing. You versus Kay's cook. I've actually watched a couple of Kay's cooking videos years ago, and that would be a decent fight. He says, "Yeah. The thing is, I mean, tell you the truth, I used to watch a few cookery videos. There were people that I was subscribed to who do cookery stuff. But then after the reaction to my face painting videos that I did over Halloween with the old boggy face paint, I got a few surprising reactions from some of the people I was subscribed to for a while. So that but me, I tell you, I'm only subscribed to about 12. I'm not one of these people, sometimes I'll look onto somebody's channel. Somebody subscribes to the channel or writes a comment. Sometimes I'll click onto their channel, see what they're up to, and you look at the people they're subscribed to, and I tell you what, there's like 5 in a line, and there's like 10. So it's like you're looking at 25, scroll 25, 25, 25. 25. You do that for about 3 minutes. And like, fuck me, I've actually counted them, in 25 multiples. And I've gone to about 300, 400 people that somebody has subscribed to, and I've just given up. I don't get that. Why somebody would subscribe to 400 plus people. I'm subscribed to fucking 15, I think. 12 to 15 people, That's all I just don't get it. Anyway, but yeah, I haven't subscribed to Case Cooking, but I have seen a few of her videos in the past. But yeah, I mean, um, yeah, me versus Case Cooking, or me, yeah. I mean, get her on that show with Ainsley Harriott, her and I, opposite ends of the kitchen with a, we got like £10 worth of stuff to make some magic out of. Yeah. Okay, I always assume. Where's he gone? James Moore. I always assumed Big Bird was a woman bird. Oh, that's interesting. Big Bird was a woman's bird. He thinks that's James Moore. Actually, that's interesting because I haven't seen Sesame Street for years since I was a lad. But I assumed it was a male bird. You know, going on the, I don't know, the thing, basically being able to look at what you see on the telly, body language, voice patterns, voice in general, conversational dialogue they have with other characters. It just struck me as a male bird. It never occurred to me that it was a female bird. John D. Do you ever shop at the wholesale retailers? It's cheaper than supermarkets, and you can buy in bulk. Oh, the if you mean by wholesale retailers, if you're talking about people like Costco, then yes, I know a couple of people who are members who I will go in there with on occasion, but I haven't been for a long time. But yeah, I mean Costco is sort of pretty good. The downside is you've got to, well, like you say, you've got to buy in bulk. You can't, but the thing is, you have to buy the 24 cans of soup. If you if you want to buy a jar of say sweet chili sauce, which I sometimes I like to buy that, I just sprinkle on the food sometimes, sweet chili sauce, a jar. You've got to buy 6 or 8 jars in a pack. You can't just buy one, which you normally do at a supermarket. Which is, that's sort of like the downside. Uh, okay, actually, we've got quite a good amount of, well, a fairly good amount of people watching. I've got a bunch of people doing the thumbs up. If you haven't done the thumbs up, but by all means, go ahead, hit the thumbs up. See if we can see how high we can get this. There you go, 29. Somebody just hit the thumbs up. It went up. It went up one. Anybody else? It. I don't know how it. I think it helps the channel with the algorithms and shit. Hello, 31. We're up to 31 thumbs up. Thank you very much, whoever that was. Robbie Drummond, MK Dons bad. Yeah, MK Dons are the local, I don't know what they are, football team, I think. Yeah. Last comment was based on. George C. The last comment was based on your working environment. I'm working from home. Yeah, it's the best place to be. You don't go. Working your own hours. That's the thing about working from home, I guess. I've not done it, but yeah, although you got to be disciplined, I would imagine. It'd be easy just to have 3 hour lunch breaks and just start work at 11, work till 12, have a 3 hour lunch break, piss off at 4. That'd be me. Cheesehead, don't you have any glasses or cups? Question mark. Yeah. I have. I have a cup. I have a few. I have a few. I'm not sure. I've got two. I've got two teacups. One teacup, which is like a big mug, which holds about half a pint. I usually drink tea out of that. If I very rarely, I'll drink tea. That's the cup. That's the cup, by the way. When I pour the pasta, say I'm doing pasta shells, I pour them into that big cup, and I use that, and I tell everybody, rather than guess how much pasta you're putting into the boiling water, which is something I used to do before I wised up, you find one container and you use that as the measuring jug, for every time you measure out pasta, and then you know exactly how much you're eating. For those who've seen it, that's the one. Sometimes I drink tea out of that. I've got another one you might have seen. It's the teacup with a chicken face, frontwards, and then you turn the cup over and you can see the back of the chicken. That's the one. If I'm making fried eggs, that's the cup I'll use to crack the eggs into and put them in a cup and then pour them into the frying pan. So yeah, I've got 2 cups. I've got the I've got like 1 or 2. I've got 1 or 2 drinking glasses. Sometimes I'll drink out of the gravy jug if there's nothing else to drink out of, or the pot noodle tubs. Actually, that sounds a bit fucking bad, doesn't it? I've actually done that. I've actually done it on the live stream, I think, once. Well, once I drank out of the gravy jug because everything else was in the sink. God, I'm scum. But yeah, I mean, the thing is, you've got to improvise, right? I mean, what are you going to do? Dive in the sink and wash stuff up? Oh, I mean, what I do, I quite often I'll wait until the sink's sort of like, a bunch in it, and then I'll do it all at once. But no, there was nothing else. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's like, the gravy jug's made of glass. It's transparent. It's, you can drink out of it. Yeah. I'm always looking for ways to save. Oh, Cheesehead. Yeah, he's always looking for ways to save money on plant pots. Thanks for the tip. Oh, yeah. I mean, you've got these, drill some holes. I've got a load of plant pots from my local co-op. They don't give them away now because what they do is they send them back to the people and they reuse them. Apparently, they put more flowers in them and they send them back. It's a bit of a fucking shit, So, but yeah, I've got loads of plant pots before they stopped doing that. I've seen I've watched YouTube videos where like you've got your say this is a pint of milk. Okay, what they'll do is they'll cut from your angle, they'll cut down and here. So basically, yeah, there you go. They'll cut that section out. So there's a big opening here, and they'll put dirt in and grow plants in a 2-liter milk bottle, or one of these. Ah, shit. But yeah, I mean, I've seen 2-liter milk bottles that have them all lined up. They've cut a section out of the top. They'll have plants growing out of them. You don't need to spend money. It's amazing because I mean, when I was a kid, well, not kid, but I mean, when I was young, but I didn't have any money. What I did, I mean, back in those days, you had you imagine this is a 5-liter water bottle. Back in those days, you could have, like now you buy cordial orange in a 1-liter bottle, right? And the cordial orange, put it in the mix with water. Back in those days, you got cordial orange in a 5-liter drum like this, and it was different shape, but it had a handle on it. It was a big fucking bottle with a handle, right? And what I used to do when it got emptied, I used to fill it with I filled it with dirt, and I used to use them as dumbbell curls. Yeah, what's the alternative? I didn't have any. I was a kid. I didn't have any money to go to the gym. I didn't have any money to go buy some metal weight, so I used a 5-liter orange bottle. It had a perfect handle. It was a big bottle, basically like that, but it had a handle. It had a physical handle that you could, yeah, you had those, and you fill them up with dirt. You fill them up with, fuck knows whatever you can cram in there, and you use them as weights. And it's like that with plants. You look on the internet. I mean, you can regrow. I mean, I've done it when I had chickens when I was years ago. I used to, if I got hold of a lettuce, I used to you know the bit that goes into the ground, the stalk bit. You cut the lettuce off. I've talked about this before. You leave like a couple of inches, on the stem. You cut the top off, give it to the chickens. The rest, the stem, the other bit, you put into a plant pot. A few weeks later, it starts to sprout up, and you're gonna, try and get yourself a brand new plant. Don't go out and fucking buy them. Just regrow the one that you've got. You buy one, and then you grow a second. But yeah, it's like that with plant potting. You can use anything. I'm trying to think what else. But yeah, I mean, basically, if because you look at it, it's a plastic tub, which is exactly the same description as you could put into a plant pot. This is a tub made of plastic. So you got a tub made of plastic? What the fuck else can I use? Oh yeah, pot noodle, or a milk bottle, or okay, well. Andy Smith. Oh, it's this Charlie Rose every night. All right, Andy Smith, what do you think about doing a lockdown movie quiz again? That's interesting. Mind you, I took over a period of a few. I took several hundred. I probably only got 100 left, 150 left. I took several hundred to the shop, cashed them in, got rid of them. I didn't fucking watch them anymore. But I could go. I could go through my collection again. The thing is, I haven't watched a lot. I don't really watch DVDs anymore. But I've got a pretty good memory, so I could pick up a film and I could come up with a couple of questions, based on what I remember of that film. So it's not bad. Yeah, not bad idea. I could do that. Okay, Charlie Rose, drinking from the gravy boat because every other drinking vessel was in the sink, where conveniently something could be quickly rinsed to use in lieu of a fucking gravy boat. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I adapt, overcome, what's that word? Improvise, adapt, overcame. The Clint Eastwood Heartbreak Ridge. There's nothing else to drink out of. Fuck it, I can't, well, what the fuck? I can't be bothered to wash up a few dishes or a few cups. I'll just use what's in the cupboard, What the fuck? Who here hasn't drunk out of a gravy jug, All right, Charlie Rose. Yes, wash everything. One thing is all you need. Well, yeah. I could have just washed. Oh, look, it's no big fucking deal, right? I could have just gone in there, washed one item, and drank out of it, but I decided not to. I decided to go in the cupboard, get a gravy dish, and fucking drink out of it. Jesus Christ, it's. Charlie Rose. The lettuce stalks acts. Actus 116 contain a very weak painkiller similar to opium. Well, I didn't know that. Charlie Rose, sorry about the typo and the criticism. All right. Well, look, sorry. Yeah. Some people don't see my logic sometimes. But yeah, to me, it's no big deal. Like I say, I'll drink out of a gravy jug. I'll drink out of one of these. I'll eat my dinner out of the saucepan that I cooked the food in. It really isn't. To me, these things don't really bother me that much. What do you think? Bob Matthews. Bob Matthews. Mark. Oh, my eyes are going a bit. What do you think is going to happen in the US within the next 2 weeks? Well, actually, there's about 9 days until officially the handover. But yeah, it's. I see what you mean. Though, 2 weeks. Do you believe Biden, the paedophile with dementia, will ever get in the Oval Office, or will Trump declare martial law? Well, I tell you what, if Biden does get in, he'll be in for a fucking. Well, I jokingly say 3 days, but he'll get in. He'll be like, oh yeah, you know what? I'm not feeling. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to, this Kamala woman take over. That's it. I mean, that's the plan all along. I hope to Christ Trump. I mean, the thing is, he's given the evidence to the people who we can give the evidence to, and they're like, no, it's not worth us even looking at the evidence. It's no good. The evidence is shit. We haven't looked at it, and we're not going to fucking investigate it, but it's shit anyway. So he's fucked that way. I hope he gets the army together, lines up in front of the White House and says, "Well, fucking can we bring this?" I hope he fucking gets martial law. Says, "Fuck yeah," Listen, this isn't how I hope he just stays there. Fucking change the locks on the doors, and has the army parked out on the White House lawn. Get a couple of tanks on there, a couple of I hope I hope he fucking stays in there. He's the best thing that's happened to that country for a while. Let me tell you. Charlie Rose. All right. It's not. But it says it feels bad for the criticism. Didn't expect me to read it. All right. Not about. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's it's not a big. But yeah. I mean, all right. All right. Thank you, Charlie Rose. Let's say actually where I heard his stalks. Hello, probably. Yeah, Charlie Rose. I mean, yeah, it's like a lot of us. We all, if everything's in the sink, you just got to improvise. I remember one time. What was it? I remember one time I actually used, you know, when you go to a Chinks and you buy an egg fried rice, it's in a silver tray with a cardboard lid, which is, and they fold it over. I remember one time when I was training all those years ago, I went to the Chinks. I bought bought an egg fried rice, which I normally did straight after training. And I remember I'm eating it because I used to eat it from the Chinks on the way home. And I remember the fork broke, as I was, so I thought, got rid of that. I actually used, the cardboard lid, right? What I did, I folded it over and I used that as a scoop to eat the rice. I used the lid, the cardboard, the cardboard lid. That's I just folded it over. Used it. It wasn't easy, let me tell you, but I used that. Right, it's better than using my fingers, I guess. But I use it as a scoop, as a spoon, to eat the rice. I've done all kinds of shit. I've gone into the gym when I used to, years ago. I used to train. I remember one time I went to the gym and I forgot my the sponge. You take your own sponges and wash rags and all that lot to get in the shower after training. I actually forgot my sponge and soap. So because normally I'd use my own soap, but sometimes they got soap on the walls and that. But I forgot my sponges, so I put my socks on my hands. Got all the on the wall where the shampoo dispenser and all that the soap. Yeah, I use my socks as a fucking wash rag. Yeah, I mean, you got to improvise. You got to make do with, But yeah, it's just occurred. I haven't thought that in a while. using my socks as a fucking. I haven't done it, but I've heard of people using, their underwear. If they've gone into a petrol station toilet and there's no bog roll, they've used their underwear and they've gone commando afterwards. Use the underwear as bog roll. What was it? Anthony Cumia, Opie and Anthony show. For people, the Americans will probably remember them, but I listened to their channel. They finished years ago, but you watch the repeats on YouTube. Anthony Cumia talked about that. He did that once. But yeah, I've never done it. But how fucking desperate would you be? Using your own underwear as fucking bog roll. Okay, imagine. Yeah, Bob Matthews. That would be good if he went out onto the front door of the White House and says, you know what? 70 million people in this country know that this is a fucking bogus election. There's been all kinds of bullshit and shenanigans going on, and you know it, I know it, they fucking know it. They're not admitting it. I'm not going. Thank you very much. If you think I'm doing a good job, please come forward and show your appreciation by marching on the streets. Let me know that you're with me. And in the meantime, I'm gonna fucking get the army, like you say, on the White House lawn. Get a couple of tanks on there. Get a few anti-aircraft missiles. Get anti-aircraft tanks going on. And says, I'm not going. That's the thing. I mean, the thing is, there's one thing. If it's a legitimate, above-board, kosher election, that's one thing. Okay, I lost. The people are, they're not appreciating what I'm doing. Fuck them. I'll just move on like every other person. But no, when the overwhelming fucking evidence shows that it is being robbed, it is a fraudulent election, and it's not like they're going out of their way to fucking hide it either. It is incredible how transparent it is. Where I mean, if you want, that shows the fucking neck on these people. If you were to do something illegal, okay, and you knew that, on the scale of rigging an American election, if you were to do that, it's illegal, that people are going to fucking fight, you would do your best to say, right, fellas, listen, we're going to kick everybody out of the polling station. We're going to tell them there's a water break. 5 minutes after they're gone, we're going to start pulling fucking ballots out of under the desk. For fuck's sake, make sure the cameras are off. Okay, somebody get in the fuse box, start clipping wires. For Christ's sake, make sure the cameras are off. The first day of fucking espionage, fucking bullshit. Day one, make sure the cameras are off. Make sure there's no fucking witnesses to the bullshit that you're carrying. But no, and it goes to show, no, we're going to do this. We're going to leave the cameras on, even though it's, first day you learn to turn the fucking cameras on. Make sure there's no, even people walking down the street know that there's cameras watching them. Make sure the camera, but no, they're thinking, fuck them. We're gonna do this. We don't care who's watching, who's gonna complain, who's got video of it, who's got audio, who's got the fuck. We don't care. We're gonna do this. We're gonna kick you out. We're gonna board up the windows. We're gonna count the same ballot 7 fucking times. We don't care who. That's the mentality. We don't care who knows about it. It's I mean that's the sheer fucking nerve of those people, because anybody else who's doing, even a fucking burglar, when he breaks into a house, first thing he's doing, right, make sure the alarm's turned off, make sure there's no fucking, wear a mask to make sure you're not fucking recognized by the camera. That's how even a stupid fucking burglar knows that. Even a fucking idiot burglar knows to wear gloves to conceal fingerprint evidence and DNA. They do their best to cover their tracks. But when you're so blatant that you can say, well, yeah, the cameras are watching us, but we don't care because we've got people in government, we've got people in the fucking White House, not the White House, we've got people in the law courts. When the evidence goes through to them, they're going to throw it out anyway. It doesn't matter how fucking great it is. They're going to throw it out. So it doesn't matter what we do. That's how blatant it is. So why would he give up? Say, fuck you. No, I'm showing you all the blatant shenanigans that's going on, and you still say, nah, it's not worth going to court. Nah, you fucking lost. Now let Biden in. Fucking kiddie sniffer. Who wants that? You got a kid who sniffs children. You want him running the country? Fucking hell, really. The sheer fact that he sniffs children, never mind about being a fucking idiot, never mind about him being a decrepit old bastard, never mind about him being a thieving fucker who is selling out his own country, taking kickbacks from the chinks, sending companies, sending companies over. It's just a big mess. All right, listen. It's been bloody hell. It's been over 2 hours. I might. Jesus, only early yet. Anyway. Yeah, because it's like certain people think. It's like we were talking about somebody else about earlier on about Prince Andrew. The sheer fucking nerve. There are certain people who are in certain positions of hierarchy or authority who are basically untouchable. Prince Andrew, for one of them, he fucked 17-year-olds back when he was in his 20s, back when he was fucking living it up. It's, and then of course, now what was he going to do? He's going to go, no. I never met these persons in my life. What's he going to do? Even if he said, oh yeah, me and that fucking what's the name of that guy who allegedly killed himself in prison? What's his name? That fucking big rich fucker was got. He used to have these orgy types. I can't remember his name. Yeah, he apparently allegedly hung himself in prison. Suicide. Anybody? Anyway, even if Prince Andrew says, yeah, I did it, so what? What the fuck are they going to do? Prison? Kick him out of the royal family? No, they're not going to do fuck all. And that's the same mentality as Biden's got. It's like, well, because on one hand he's thinking, well, listen, I'm so far up in the government that the guy's been in there 46 years. He hasn't done fuck all. He's so far up in the government, he's untouchable. He's got people on the fucking law courts, people in government who are people in the all the news channels on his side. The guy could do anything. The guy could do anything he wants, and he's untouchable. Aside from the fact he's in his, he won't live long enough to go to prison anyway for all the shenanigans he's pulling. He's pretty much untouchable. He's got friends in high places, as they call them. Certain people are, they've got a mentality. They can do what they want, and they don't even need to cover it up. Yeah. All they got to do is say, nah, not me. Well, and of course everybody can see, everyone can see what he's doing, but all he's got to do, nah, what are you going to do? What are you going to do, fuck all. Big lad. All right. To undermine the worldview of US government, would say they've done a pretty bang up job. Laughing stock of the world right now. It's jumped. To undermine the world. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, to undermine, I don't know if have you saying you're undermining it? Well, actually, I wasn't trying to undermine what they do. I'm just trying to tell the facts. That I mean, it's all a big clusterfuck. Um, yeah, I mean, it does. I mean, I don't know, but yeah, kind of life in stock if you like. But on the other flip side of the coin, it's a fucking sad state of affairs where they think, well, fuck me, if they can blatantly steal an election and get away with it, what chance has the fucking rest of us got? you know, it's just I mean, you figure what with all the evidence, with all the people who have seen the evidence, all the people who are willing to march in the street and say, no, we are not fucking having it. We're not, even that, and if they get away with it, honestly, who else is safe? Yeah, 4x4. Yeah, sniffing Nancy. I tell you, the guy's a fucking weirdo. You ever see you after you're done here? Type in Joe Biden sniffing, or Joe Biden sniffing kids, sniffing children, Joe Biden sniffing in the search bar. I did it just for a lark to see exactly, and it is fucking creepy. I mean, I remember seeing it back when it was happening, and I thought, and back then, some of there were some channels who would replay these things and think, shit, you'd see a little, fucking 13-year-old girl, the daughter of somebody on the stage, and he'd be putting his arm around her, sniffing their hair, and like, oh, get away from me, you creepy cunt, fuck off, like this. You could see the fucking fear on the girl. And there's one in particular, one of these little ginger girl, but you could see that she was fucking creeped out. This old guy fucking sniffing her. It's weird. Dylan Lewis, thank you. Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah. Yeah. If Prince Andrew said, yeah, I'm best mates with it. But the thing is, Prince Andrew was swearing up and down that he never, hang out with. Oh yeah, Jeffrey Epstein. Once in a while, I met him at a party, maybe. Meanwhile, he's staying at his fucking house all the time. If it had said out, yeah, I'm mates with him. I don't know what just they're going to do fuck all to Prince Andrew, to Biden, but any of them. And there's a whole fucking list. There's got to be there's loads of them all. Not just Biden who needs to go to jail. There's a whole bunch of them. The whole crooked. The law courts that have that the Supreme Court, the highest court in the land. Trump's trying to give his evidence over to them. They're not fucking having it. Andrew Smith, do you have any opinion on what is that? QAnon? The group alleging that the Democratic Party are Satan worshipping people. I don't know. I don't know any of that. Actually, I don't. I'm so fucking sick of it. I used to watch English, the English politics. I used to watch English politics quite regularly, but then when they start, this is when the Brexit, we had the vote, and then you got your fucking crybabies thinking, right, well, we should, we don't like that vote. No, we should vote again because I was out of my fucking mind when I voted the first time. Let's vote again. Let's do it all again. You had all that. And then the politicians are dragging their fucking ass trying to get this thing, done with it, get out. It was just crazy, and so for a long time I just stopped watching the news. It just made me mad. So I'm not really big up on English politics, but what I've been doing, I've been following the American ones. Yeah, that's a big fucking crazy mess. And I'll tell you what's fucking driving the world down the crapper is when in particular for this For example, when you have a black criminal who is attacking somebody with a weapon, a knife, gun, or attacking a police officer with a knife or a gun, or committing some kind of crime, and they get arrested, and in the process they end up getting shot due to the fact that they're fucking grabbing a weapon. The mere fact that that the person who's dead is black means racist police force. Let's go burn down a fucking Woolworths or a Costa Coffee and anything else we can get our hands on. You know, it doesn't surprise me that police officers in America have been leaving, either quitting, going off sick, early retirement, leaving as fast as they fucking can. Let me tell you, I don't blame them at all. You know, and but the downside is you got a certain amount of police force, police officers. When a whole bunch of them get fucking disenfranchised and they get sick of it and then they go, which is quite rightly, because I mean, this Black Lives Matter bullshit has fucking fixed that. When a lot of them say, fuck it, I don't get paid enough for this shit. I don't get paid enough to be fucking spat on and water bombs thrown at me and petrol bombs and, I'm off. See you later, sayonara. All right. Then you're left with a core police officers who are left, who are thinking, well, look, this is my sort of calling in life. This is what I like to do. I want to help people. But they are under a tremendous amount of pressure now. They're doing twice as much work with half as many people to do the job, and then every time you turn around, you got people, you can't arrest somebody because if they happen to be black, then the fucking newspapers are all over that. You got the newspapers, the news channels saying, how an unarmed black man was shot by police. No, the fact that he had a fucking knife or a machete, which has happened. You see some guy running after a policeman with a fucking machete. They call that unarmed. The mere fact that he didn't have a firearm doesn't mean he's unarmed. It's So then you got the police who are the bad guys. I mean, I've seen it. I mean, we've all seen it. When the Black Lives Matter fucking wankers and the Antifa lot get together, you see them. They're jumping on police cars, trying to fucking, there's one I've actually saved it in my favourites. So I watch it now and again, where all these fucking kids are, young folks are jumping on the car. The police car just fucking floors it, bang. And this fucking protester who was on the bonnet, bang, 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 on the roof, bang, and he's spinning around like a fucking top in midair, bang, face on the floor. I think it's a woman, actually. I don't know. It's hard to tell. But it was, it could be a woman. And then everybody sort of screaming, oh my God, are you fucking serious? I can't believe a policeman. But no, yeah, 50 people all swarm a police car. They're jumping on the bonnet, trying to kick in the windows. He drives through, fucking silly cunt goes bouncing off the roof. That's what it's come to now. But the police are saying, no. I don't get fucking paid enough to be putting up with this bullshit, and there's not enough police officers for me to call back up to deal with this fucking bullshit. So I'm just going to fucking, I tell you what, I mean, I've always thought, well, not always thought, but I thought for a long time that, I mean, we have this same problem in England where, I mean, we got the police, they get a bit out of hand sometimes when they're arresting people for sitting on benches on the fucking beach. Putting them in handcuffs because they're not wearing a mask and shit, which is doing themselves another big fucking favors. If I was a policeman, quite honestly, in this day and age, if I was, especially say an American police officer, if I wasn't ready quite yet to quit, if I wanted to carry on doing my job, what I would do is get in my car every 10 minutes, hit the sirens, woo, 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 let everybody know that I'm here, and hopefully they'll say, right, oh, fuck, there's a policeman over there. We won't be causing any fucking crime, or we won't be shoplifting here, won't be mugging anybody over there, won't be stealing this car, won't be doing this. because there's a policeman there. Just make yourself known. I wouldn't even get out of my fucking car. It was like if you're going along, some shit happens, and you're saying, all right, well, honestly, I don't know how to put that. It's like I wouldn't be committed to my job knowing that if I arrest or shoot or otherwise injure a black person or person of color, I'm going to be in the fucking office within the hour explaining why I should be keeping my job. It'll be all over the news that I've been harassing I say, fuck it, listen, I'm driving around, I'm making as much noise as I can. Hopefully people will hear the siren and they will stop their criminal activities. That's all. I'm just going to get out of my car as least as possible. AJD, Mark, you just reach 1.99 thousand. So that'll be 1,990 subscribers. Only 10 more to go before you hit the 2.0K. Or 2,000, as we Earthlings like to, anyway. But yeah, actually, that's good news. So I'm only 10 away. Slowly creeping up there. It's getting there slowly but surely. Oh dear. Yeah, I'll tell you what. If anybody's watching this and they haven't hit the subscribe, go ahead, hit the subscribe. You're not committed in any way. You just hit the subscribe, hit the bell icon that says all. Watch a few videos, and if you don't like it, then you're under under no obligation. You didn't pay anything to get in, so you can leave at any time. Oh Christ! Yeah, look at that. Look, close the door now. Actually, I meant to reply to your last comment. He asked, "Have I been in prison?" No, I haven't. Actually, thinking about it, no, I've never been in prison. I've been in an American police cell once. It was when I was about 16. I went to America, and we're on like a school exchange. We go over there, live in their houses for a month, go to their schools. We did a trip someplace, and we went to this town. We were talking to a policeman. Yeah, we went to a police station, had a visit, because we're foreigners. And we just went in a police cell, but that's the nearest I've got to being in prison is a police cell. Close the door now, says Mark. Why do you speak so bad about your mum and good about your father? Actually, I don't believe. Are you talking about this live stream? I don't believe I've mentioned my mother or my father in this, unless you're talking about another live stream. If you're talking about another live stream, it is very unlikely that I would say something complimentary about my dad. So I don't know where you'd think I was speaking good about my father. That's very strange. I doubt that that would be the that I'd say something complimentary about him. Okay, Charlie Rose. Anyway, thought you sussed it already because your prison games had the name Mark in them, didn't they? Which answers the question. Well, you suggested that earlier, unless that was satire. Okay, close the door now, says Mark. Yes. another live stream, you said your mum had bad quality and your dad had good. I don't know what that word is. I will assume it says qualities. I don't recall that there's very little positive. I mean, it's not, I mean, there's. I would imagine if I think strong enough that there'll be some good qualities, not as a person, but as the way he, the mentality that he used to have in daily life. I guess it might be one or two complimentary things, but as a person, no, I can't think of anything complimentary to say about him. My mum, yeah, she's got her good and bad points, but I don't actually know where you're going with your question. I said that my mum had bad quality and my dad was good. It seems like the other way around. I don't know. Close the door, Mark. Do you know I was in prison back in? Well, yeah, you mentioned that on your when you wrote to me before. I meant to reply saying no, I have never been in prison, but I must have missed it. Well, yeah. I mean, do I know you've been in? Well, yeah. You tell me now, and I know you're in prison in 2001. Andy Smith, no, I haven't seen any fireworks in London. No, I haven't been really paying attention to what's going on in London recently. No, I tend not to follow English politics or anything that's going on in England. It's just fucking bad news. Oh, Charlie Rose. I was talking to close the door now. Okay. When he asked who are the knobheads? Okay, Charlie Rose. Oh, Charlie. Oh, okay. Charlie Rose. That was in the last comment that I read out from him. That's the thing. So, yeah, sometimes it's difficult to realize. It's trying to figure out whether somebody is writing to me or whether there's somebody who's writing to somebody else who's making a comment, or somebody who's just writing a comment, just a comment without a question. So the thing is, when I read it, I have to try and decipher it, and sometimes it's difficult to understand, figure out who's the person talking to. Uh, Yeah, Close the Door Now says that you were in for theft. They did 6 months. They gave you a jumper, pair of jeans. I don't know why that's something to be bragging about. Honestly, if that was me, I'd probably, although people don't know who you are. So I mean, it's not, if it was me, I'd probably want to keep it quiet. But then, if you're anonymous, then it's not much of a problem, I guess. But yeah, I mean, it's just not something that I would brag about. Charlie Rose, Mark, do you know which celeb you most look like? You must know. I bet you get it all the time. Well, actually, no. I think you're talking about Ricky Gervais. Well, the thing is, when I haven't shaved for a couple of weeks, that's when I never get it out there. Nobody ever says, "Yeah, oh, you look like Ricky Gervais." Nobody ever says that. It's only on here for some reason. People say, "Oh, yeah, you look like." But then it's only when I haven't shaved. So I don't know. I mean, personally, I don't see it, but yeah, I mean, it's only people on the YouTube comments. Yeah, Yeah, actually, I remember you. Yeah, you mentioned that as well. Close the door. Last year, you reported me for the blackface. Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a shame that you felt that necessary. I mean, it was just something. I was actually trying to prove a point. I was trying to do something for Halloween. I was proving a point to people that because the politically correctness bullshit is going crazy. So for Halloween, I painted myself black after Old Boggy from Jeeves and Wooster to prove a point that if somebody goes out with face paint, the house won't get struck by lightning. The fucking tsunami won't come in and kill us all. A meteorite won't. The world isn't going to end. Was the point? No, it's just a shame that you felt it necessary. But you say you've seen the error of your ways. But it's just I find it a shame that that would happen because personally, me, if I had a problem with somebody on the YouTube, I'd say fuck them. There's 10 million other people who are making video. I'll go watch one of theirs. Fuck Mark and his fucking face paint. I'll watch one of the other 10 million people who are doing it. That'd be me. I wouldn't bother reporting them. I'll just say fuck it, just go somewhere. It's like when you're watching the telly. You don't fucking start screaming at the telly. Just turn the fucking channel. That's what you do. Close the door now. Did I beat up the woman? No. I've seen her once since, but I don't know whether I'd slap her in the mouth. But probably kill her. I mean, she's an old woman. But yeah, she was just a fucking old cunt who sort of like had an opportunity to be fucking with somebody's livelihood. Just yeah. Charlie Ross. Yep, Ricky Gervais. Yeah, I mean, I don't. Jesus. Closed the door. Thought I was mocking Michael Jackson. I don't know why I never mentioned Michael Jackson in all the time that I was going to listen. I don't think I did. Never mentioned him once. Mentioned that Old Boggy 35 times. Mentioned Halloween 35 times. Never Michael Jackson though. Anyway, all right. Look, it's bloody hell. Okay, it's 2 hours and coming up on 42 minutes. Oh yeah. That's just, look, there's nothing in there. You dropped it. Okay, it's coming up on 2:42. 2 hours 42. I'm gonna go because I'm fucking tired. Yeah. All right, yeah, we've talked about a bunch, and it's been some good. I'll try and what I want to do. If anybody can remember for next time, what I'll do, I'll try and get a bunch of questions going. I might do another quiz, just for shits and giggles, just for but also next time I do a live stream, if anybody wants to ask some questions, I remember when I first started doing these live streams, I used to get some really good. I used to fucking love it. Because I used to tell people at work, yeah, I do live streams. I talk about anything from politics to space aliens to the government to the new burger at McDonald's. I talk about everything. But now it all seems to be about there's certainly certain subjects people want to talk about. I mean, I understand that people want to talk about the American president, because that's the topic of the moment, and Joe Biden and all kinds of but I like if anybody wants to next time we come on the live stream, yeah, assuming it's not the video quiz, because on that one I'll just be doing that, but I like a wide variety of questions. What do you think of this? What like I say, we've talked about space aliens and the fact that Mars bars are shrinking, and whatever fuck it, just whatever questions you want, but without them being the usual generic. What do you think about the Islams? What do you think about the homos? What do you think about the fucking, things. I mean, it's not like, I've covered them all already, Charlie Rose. So when's the next live stream? I don't know. It's well, the thing is, I don't. I'm, I don't really. Oh fuck, I'm tired. I don't really have a specific time when I do the live streams. Like a lot of people, they do every week, or whatever. Like I say to people, listen, basically, it's when I've got something to talk about. Then I'll go live. I don't have a time schedule. Even on my cookery videos, I just, it's not like some people say, right, we do videos every Monday and Friday, or we do videos every day of the week. I'll make some videos and I'll load them. I try and do a bunch of them in a week, but if there's a week go by when I can't be bothered, or I need a break, fucking my mind, lose, So I don't know when I'll be going. I don't know. Well, okay. Oh, fucking hell. Sorry, we're getting a bit. Yeah, I don't. Anyway, fucking hell. Oh god, I just go live when I have somebody to chat about. Andy Smith, Mark, have you scheduled in a future appearance of Old Boggy on the channel? Yeah, possibly. Well, I mean, next Halloween, quite possibly that'll be a good time. Yeah, AJD. Everybody needs a break sometimes. Yeah, I know. The thing is, because I mean, sometimes before I used to, churn them out quite regular. But yeah, sometimes I just need a break. Anyway, okay, right. I'm gonna go. Right, you've got about 10 seconds or so to hit the thumbs up. Anybody who's not done that, it's at so we can get a few more clicks in before I go off. Okay, it's been 2 hours 45. Thank you everybody for tuning in, and there'll be another one soon, and I'll probably get a bunch of questions going, and that'll be something interesting. And right, I'll leave it there. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you for all your comments and questions, and taking part in the live stream. And I'll see you next time.